prophecy of profane fire. The story of Nadab and Abihu are a prophetic warning of the end times and a prophetic foreshadow of what's to come. In the story of Nadab and Abihu, they were offering up profane fire. In this story, it begins in Leviticus chapter 10, verse 1. It says, And Nadab and Abihu, sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense therein, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And this resulted with the Lord killing them with fire. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 2. And there went out fire from the Lord, and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. And what we see here is there are two false witnesses of the law where they're offering up profane fire and violating the law. Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 16 talks about false witnesses. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both of the men, being whom the controversy is, shall stand before the Lord. So obviously these two giving a false testimony of fire stood before the Lord. And they were brought before the Lord with fire, and it devoured them as a punishment. Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 18 and 19. And the Lord shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness, and hath testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him, and he had thought to have done unto his brother, so shalt thou put the evil away from among you. And afterwards, these two false witnesses that were offering up profane fire before the Lord, there was two witnesses that were offering up the truth before the Lord. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 3. Then Moses said unto Aaron, This is that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace. So the Lord said he would be glorified before all the people with these two true witnesses. And two were called to carry the brethren out of the camp. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 4. And Moses called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. And here we see two testifying that if you offer up profane fire, that you will be dealt with outside the camp. This is two witnesses establishing the truth of the matter in Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin, and any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of two witnesses or at the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. And this is the prophecy found in the end times, where we have two people in the end times offering up profane fire. In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 12 and 13, it says, And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So we see the false prophet here causes fire to come down in the sight of men, just like during the times of Solomon's temple, trying to be like unto Solomon's temple. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 1. Now when Solomon had made an end of praying, the fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the house. And these false miracles are offered up by the high priest, false prophet, which is the role of the Pope, to be likened unto Solomon at the third temple, calling down profane fire and their false miracles and divination and their deceptions, deceiving all the people that dwell upon the earth by these miracles in which he does. They're not real miracles, but he's offering up these profane fires. These are false witnesses. Two false witnesses trying to profess that God's with them. Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. This is the same likeness of Nadab and Abihu, who's found in the end times with their false witness of their profane fire. And the burning of the profane fire and calling down profane fire in the sight of the beast makes these two men false witnesses. And the beast and the false prophet, with the fire coming down, offering up this profane fire, results in them being put into the lake of fire, and fire devouring them, just like Nadab and Abihu. And in the end times, there's also a likeness of Mishael and Elzaphan. The prophetic witnesses are found in this in the end. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Just like Mishael and Elzaphan, who testified of the 2 being put to death by the Lord, there's 2 witnesses in the end times who are testifying that these 2 false witnesses offering up profane fire, the beast and the false prophet, they will be put into the fire and killed as well. And just like Moses and Aaron testified of the true fire that was offered up, that wasn't profane, the 2 prophets of the end are prophesying those words as if though they are fire. They are not profane. It is the proper fire of the Lord. Revelation chapter 11, verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. The law of the Lord is fire, proceeding forth out of the mouth. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. And again he says about the words being fire. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh a rock in pieces? And who are the enemies that get devoured by the fire? It's the beast and his armies. They're prophesying over them. They get turned into the lake of fire at the end. Revelation chapter 11, verse 5 says, And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. Well, who are their enemies? And the 2 are prophesying the law, about the reality of what's going to occur with judgments and plagues, and how they're going to be put into a fire in the end and devoured by fire. Leviticus chapter 6, verse 12 and 13. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out, and the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it, and he shall burn thereof the fat of the peace offerings. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out. And this is 2 testifying against the profane fire with the true fire of God. And 2 witnesses also, like Mishael and Elzaphan, bringing the brethren out of outside the camp. There's 2 in the end doing this for the Exodus in the end. Matthew chapter 24, verse 15 says, When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. And this is the 1260 days where the woman goes outside the camp, because they're offering up profane fire at the temple. And they're put outside the city, outside the temple. The same thing as Mishael and Elzaphan. It's the same. They're brought outside. Brought their brethren outside the camp. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And this is the same 1,260 days, the 1,260 days that is spoken about in the book of Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. About the 2 prophets prophesying fire. Fire acceptable unto the Lord. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. All of this is the prophecy of the end times found in the book of the law, and foretells the end times, declared from the beginning to the end. The story of profane fire of Nadab and Abihu, all of this, with Mishael and Elzaphan, all of this, Moses and Aaron, all of these prophetic foreshadows are seen in the end times. And this is the prophecy of the profane fire.